Picture this. You've got a dream. Not the I wish Judy Hopps from Zootopia was real kind of dream, but the I'm gonna start my own restaurant kind. And now you think you have what it takes. Well, before you start screaming at your imaginary staff, burning soufflés, or mortgaging your house for a food truck without your wife's consent, let's take a step back and talk about what it really takes to turn your culinary fever dream into a reality. Or at least something that doesn't crash and burn immediately. How? To run a restaurant. Meet Joe. Joe doesn't know how to cook, but he's convinced opening a restaurant will help him meet women. Kinda like the guy from the hit movie It Ends With Us. I promise, it is an amazing experience. What's even more amazing is when the movie stops because you've choked yourself to death using Sour Patch straws. But I digress. If you don't have a location, don't worry. Find an abandoned building, squat there, and call it Urban Core. Don't bother with the permit either. The health inspector is for decoration anyways. Step 1, the name. The key to a successful restaurant is a name that has absolutely nothing to do with the food you serve. For example, you could be running a taco stand and call it the Velvet Dandelion. The more unorthodox the name, the more hipster points you'll get. For our sake, Joe's new restaurant will be called Jopa John's, and it specializes in spaghetti. Number 2, the menu. Now, you're going to want to curate the menu with items that no one can even pronounce and ingredients that nobody has heard of. If you don't know how to cook it, even better. It's called fusion cuisine. Make sure that at least one dish has quinoa and something topped with microgreens. And don't forget to slap the word artisanal on everything. The most important aspect of a menu is a signature dish. You'll want to make a dish with a unique ingredient. Something fresh. Wow. This place is wonderful, honey. Hello and welcome to Jopa John's, where yesterday's loss is today's sauce. Our special today is spaghetti with New Beginning sauce and yeast infection bread harvested in-house. In-house? Of course, if you want, you can scrape some out yourself for Mariah in the back. She's had a yeast infection for about 3 months now. Oh, but it makes the bread rise like no other. Number 3, the ambience. The restaurant vibe is key. You don't need matching chairs, tables, or any decor that makes sense. You need to throw a bunch of random objects you found in your garage into the dining area. Vintage typewriters, an old surfboard, and maybe even a broken neon sign. If it doesn't look like a white woman's Pinterest board, you're doing it wrong. Hell, even splash some unknown bodily fluids around to make it a little bit more niche. Number 4, hiring staff. Forget experience, hire based on vibes alone. Make sure that they can name at least 5 obscure bands, and if they do meth in the parking lot, you got yourself a catch. Now you've got yourself a server, and the chef? Make sure they have tattoos of food items, even if they've only ever made toast in their life. It's called aesthetics. So, John. It is John, right? I see here that you spent quite a long time in prison.
Yes. I got charged with eating a family of 5. I'll show myself out.
No. I think you'll fit into our team quite perfectly. Number 5, marketing. Now, here's the secret sauce. Literally. You don't even need to have food yet. Just take some aesthetic photos of empty plates, maybe a glass of wine with the sunset in the background, or maybe your feet next to a plate of avocado toast. People eat with their eyes, and if your restaurant isn't Insta-worthy, why are you even open? And if social media isn't your cup of tea, well, you can make yourself newsworthy. Number 6, handling customers. Make sure you train your staff to give off an air of criminality. The key here is to make the customer feel like they're even lucky to make it out alive. When they ask to change their order, take a finger. And when they ask for the check, take their wallet. Remember, they're paying for the experience. And finally, handling reviews. So, you got a bad review on Yelp. Perfect. Frame it and hang it on your restaurant like a badge of honor. 1 star? More like 1-star chef. If they hated it, that means they didn't get your vision. You're not out here for the masses. You're here for the select few who appreciate your creative genius. And if it is really bugging you, remember, you can always use a new ingredient. And there you have it. You're ready to open the doors to your new, unlicensed dining experience. Will you make a profit? Who knows? But will people remember it? Absolutely. So go out there, burn some toast, and charge $20 for it. You can always call it deconstructed. And you won't mess up again like those fools in 2016. They won't find the children this time.